Mantras of our Divine Mother, date 28th November. Our Divine Mother says, our head is purified from trouble and anguish. It is firm and calm and sees the divine in everything. With my blessing, says our Divine Mother.
Artificial and false, all that pretends and imitates, let it disappear with the year that is at an end. May only what is perfectly true, sincere, straight and pure, subsist in the year that is beginning. Nous te faisons l'offrande ce soir de tout ce qui est artificiel et faux, de tout ce qui prétend et imite. Laisse-le s'évanouir avec l'année qui finit. Que seul ce qui est parfaitement vrai, sincère, droit et pur subsiste dans cette année qui commence.
Words of our Divine Mother from the book The Mother from the Collective Works of our Divine Mother, Volume 15, topic The New Consciousness. Our Divine Mother says, to be able to receive the new consciousness without deforming it, one must be able to stand in the light of the Supreme Consciousness without casting a shadow. There is only one new fact from the beginning of this year. A new consciousness has manifested and is working energetically to prepare the earth for the new creation. One sadhak says, Sweet Mother, of late I'm constantly feeling flowing in my system from above, a force which I concretely experience like a sweet fluid. It flows continuously in my whole system, and from time to time I feel completely drenched and saturated with it. It gives a very pleasant and soothing sensation. It is as if some sort of ananda is flowing in me from above. It gives a sweet taste in the mouth. I do not know what exactly this experience means. Is it the new consciousness which you have said came on the 1st of January this year, that is in 1969? Or is it some descent which has recently occurred? Or is it something personal to me only? For this, our Divine Mother says, it is the consciousness that is at work since January, but its action has become more and more intense. There is a note here. The new consciousness manifested upon earth on 1st of January 1969. The characteristics are described in several talks of January 1969, where the mother called it the Superman consciousness. These talks appear in the Notes on the Way, volume 11 of the Collected Works of the Divine Mother. In 1919, one sadhak says, Sweet Mother, Sri Aurobindo wrote that the chaos and the calamities were perhaps the pangs of the birth of a new creation. How long is this going to continue? In the ashram, in India, and eventually in the world? For this, our Divine Mother says, it will continue until the world is ready and willing to receive the new creation. The consciousness of this new creation is already at work upon earth since the beginning of the year 1969. If instead of resisting, people were collaborating, it would be quicker. But stupidity and ignorance are very obstinate, says our Divine Mother. Sweet Mother, the world is preparing for a big change. Will you help? What is this great change of which you speak? And how are we to be of help to it? For this, our Divine Mother says, this great change is the appearance upon earth of a new race, which will be for man what man is for the animal. The consciousness of this new race is already at work upon earth to enlighten all who are able to receive it and heed it. Question, Sweet Mother, you asked us to help you. How can I help you? What am I to do? For this, our Divine Mother says, to concentrate and open to receive the new progressive consciousness, to receive the new things which are coming down. Our Divine Mother says the change does not need our help to come, but we need to open ourselves to the consciousness so that its coming is not in vain for us. Question, Sweet Mother, to allow the free working of the new consciousness that descended last year, what should a sadhak do? For this, our Divine Mother says, be receptive and be plastic. The first indispensable condition, says our Divine Mother, the first indispensable condition to prepare ourselves to receive the new consciousness is a true and spontaneous humility which makes us feel deeply that we know nothing and are nothing in the face of the marvelous things that we have to acquire, says our Divine Mother. Next topic, openness and receptivity from volume 14 of the collective works of our Divine Mother. Openness. Our Divine Mother says openness is the will to receive and to utilize for progress, the force and influence, the constant aspiration to remain in touch with the consciousness, the faith that the force and consciousness are always with you, inside you, and that you have only to let nothing stand in the way of your receiving them. And Divine Mother says opening is a release of the consciousness for which it begins to admit into itself the workings of the divine light and power. Open to the consciousness which is working on and in you, and keep always as quiet and peaceful as you can. Sweet Mother, I pray that I may serve you consciously and sincerely without the least encroachment or hampering by the ego, and be inspired by you in everything. For this, our Divine Mother says, open yourself more and more to the consciousness. You will receive inspiration. The opening to the divine light cannot be made through coercion. To open more to love and to light, this is exactly the answer. Our Divine Mother says, to open more to love and to the light, this is exactly the answer I sent to you to your last letter. Rise higher in the consciousness, love more widely, open to the light, and all divergence will disappear. You must be as vast and comprehensive as the world to do the yoga. If you open yourself to the force and the help, there will be no strain. Opening, the help is constant in all the domains. It is for us to know how to benefit from it. Integral opening of the being towards the divine is the first step of the ascent. Wideness, our Divine Mother says, wideness. Widen yourself to the extreme limit of the universe and beyond. Always take upon yourself all the necessities of progress and resolve them in the ecstasy of unity. Then you will be divine. To widen and open as vastly as you can is more effective than to bring down and try to push the force into the narrowness of the small human being. plasticity. Our Divine Mother says plasticity is always ready for the progress demanded. Receptivity is the capacity of admitting and retaining the divine workings. Our Divine Mother says receptivity is the conscious of the divine will and surrender to it. Integral receptivity, the whole being is aware of the divine will and obeys it. Psychic receptivity, our Divine Mother says the psychic responds joyously to the ascending force. Mental receptivity, always ready to learn. Emotional receptivity, emotions wanting to be divinized. Vital receptivity happens only when the vital understands that it must be transformed. The vital blossoms in aspiration for the divine. Physical receptivity, that which one should not have except towards the divine. Supramental receptivity, the receptivity of tomorrow. It is with the widening of the consciousness and the one-pointedness of the aspiration that the receptivity increases, says our Divine Mother. By revolt, the doors of receptivity are closed. In order to be filled anew, the vessel must get empty sometimes. It is when we are preparing for the great receptivities that we feel empty. Be receptive, it is there, my love and blessings, says our Divine Mother. These are the words of our Divine Mother.